The last section that we're going to cover in chapter 4 is combustion reactions. So we've covered redox equations, and so what we're going to look at today is combustion reactions as a redox equation. So we're going to start out with a very simple combustion reaction. And combustion is, we're going to take a hydrocarbon, and we're going to use CH4, which is a gas, plus a combustion reaction is a hydrocarbon burning in the presence of oxygen as a gas, and that's going to yield always carbon dioxide plus water. And the water can be either in the form of liquid or a gas, but in this case, it's going to be in a gas. So now what we're going to do is we're going to perform our little redox analysis, and we're going to see, does that redox, who changes their redox account, right? So we're going to look, and we're going to say, okay, hydrogen is +1, which means 4 of them, so carbon here is a -4. We're looking at oxygen is going to be 0. Now let's go to the other side. Oxygen is -2, which means this carbon is +4, which you can tell already carbon has changed its oxidation state. Then we're going to go over here. Oxygen is -2 and hydrogen is +1. So looking here, what we see is that carbon has gone from -4 to +4. Carbon has lost 8 electrons. Oxygen has gained 2 electrons. And it's done it twice. See that? So when I balance this equation, it's going to look like this. Right? And so actually, what's actually happened here is that one carbon lost 8 electrons to 4 oxygens. 2 electrons each. And what happens is in combustion, it emits heat, which is energy, as the electrons are transferred. Okay? So you can actually see now, oh, carbon's losing 8 electrons. These 2 oxygens are each gaining 2. And then over here, these 2 oxygens are gaining 2 electrons. So that's 4. Well, that's 8, 4 oxygens, 8 electrons. All right, so let's look at 2 more examples here. So here's carbon as 0 and oxygen as 0, both freestanding. Here's oxygen as -2 and carbon as +4. Once again, carbon has lost 4. And each oxygen has gained 2. So again, in this case, losing 4 electrons, so losing oxidized carbon, is oxidized and is the reducing agent. Oxygen is reduced. It is the oxidizing agent. All right? How are we doing? All right, so the rest of the class, you're going to do the little multiple choice test, right? And then you're going to start working on your homework problems. The multiple choice answers are upside down in the textbook. It's at the end of chapter 4. And you're going to do that first. You can work together on that and then work on your homework problem.